Eagle Community Television presents Community Connection with your host, Mike Cooper.
Hello and welcome again to Community Connections from Eagle Community Television. Our community connected. Thanks to our producer, Jeff Durall, and thanks to you for watching. We're at the Community Assistance Center at 12th and Oak in Hayes as we visit with the code director, Laurie Mortinger. The other director is Teresa Hill, by the way. We want to give Teresa credit. She was a little camera shy, so she didn't step before the cameras. We appreciate Laurie talking about the Community Assistance Center, which now is open since 1984. Is that right?
Yep, we've been here a long time, and we couldn't have done it without the community support. We have a lot of people help us out.
Who is the center designed to serve, Laurie?
We serve Ellis County. Sometimes we go outside Ellis County if we have an emergency, but we serve Ellis County. We give food and clothing out to low-income families in Ellis County. So.
And are there guidelines for families to participate or individuals to
Yes.
be able to access the center?
They don't have to have any referrals from any other agencies. That used to be the case, but now they just need to bring in their proof of residence, a water bill, electric bill, or a lease. That shows us that they do live in Ellis County. And then any income from the household. It's combined to see where they fall in the income categories. So.
We're in the pantry area actually now, which at this point looks to be pretty well stocked, but that never is a static situation, is it, Laurie?
No, we just had trick-or-treat so others can eat a couple weeks ago, and some of the shelves were a little fuller just 2 weeks ago. But like this morning, it's like not even 10 o'clock and we've done 8 food orders, you know? So we never know how many people will be coming in each day. They can get 4 food orders in a year's time when they come in unless there's some other crisis, and we can change that. But it's about a week's worth of food for a family, and we have different size of food orders. So, you know, sometimes, you know, we get a lot of food in, but a lot of food can go out in one day, so.
And only 4 a year, so that
Right.
means that those resources are limited for a family that might be in real need.
Right, and it is because we just have so many families coming in. There's just no way we could give any more out. That doesn't include the Christmas food boxes that we're getting ready to give out. They're signing up for those right now with the Toys for Tots, and that ends on Friday. And then those boxes, people donate specifically for those boxes, and we're not sure what the cost of those will be this year. We're getting food estimates right now. So.
What about those boxes that go to the families? What's included there?
Well, they get fruit, you get soups, depending what you have. Sometimes you run out of tomatoes, so they might not get any tomato items. So we do buy groceries almost every couple weeks. We put eggs and butter, and we buy cereal, peanut butter, pasta, a baking mix, and a pancake syrup. There's a lot of products that people don't realize that we purchase to keep in the food boxes. The canned items, we seem to get a lot of those items, but some of the other items we have to buy as we need them. So.
Well, and that's why it's important for people to realize that the Community Assistance Center can certainly use cash donations as well as the food items.
Right. We buy hamburger every 3 months. Yeah, we have a lot of items that we have to purchase every month or every couple months. And so, yeah, we can always use cash donations. A lot of times people say, well, what are you short on or low on? And, you know, that changes pretty quick sometimes. So I say, well, if you're not sure what you want to donate, or if Dillon's or Walmart's not having a good sale, you know, there's this 10 for 10. A lot of times people will pick up an extra 10 for us when they go to the store, and they just drop it off anytime they feel like it. And so they can do that, and it just always needing food, so there's always something they can bring in.
Boy, it'd be great if every time people went to the store for purchases for their family, if they would keep the Community Assistance Center in mind.
Yeah, we do have a few churches in the community that do that every Sunday. They have a box sitting in their lobbies, and they ask people to bring every Sunday when they come, and so every week they bring us some food, so it's nice. Yeah.
You know, that effort of volunteering is certainly something that this community and this county has been all about for years and years, ever since the center opened, Laurie.
Yeah, we have a lot of volunteers. We used to have about 75. We're down to about 50 volunteers. We have all kinds of different jobs. Most of our volunteers are younger. We do have a new gentleman that just signed on here. He's 30 years old. He works a job where he has a lot of free time here every once in a while. So he's been in like 3 or 4 days this last week, and he's, he just young blood. We always say we could use some younger ones, but we always try to work with somebody their schedule. We are only open in the mornings. We open at 7:30 till noon every day. If we have clients that need to come in on an hours where they don't work, they just call me and make arrangements with me. So we work around that work schedule if they work. And then volunteers, some we have come in every day, some come just a couple times a week, an hour or two. We're really pretty flexible here. If you have to miss and you can't come in, you just let us know so we can make sure that job gets taken care of. But we need the volunteers, and they put in a lot of hours here, a lot of hours.
And most any amount of time commitment is certainly welcome.
Sure.
Whether it's an hour or a week or whatever.
That's right.
What about your funding, Laurie? Where does the Community Assistance Center get its funding to keep the lights on and the air conditioning?
Well,
and
we were
heating
very
and so forth?
fortunate this year and last year. We had a gentleman step forward and pay our utilities for the whole year. Has a Christmas bonus type thing. He paid all our water, our electric for the last 2 years.
Terrific.
So that is fabulous because you know how energy bills cost. But our funding is private donations from the community and our 2 public garage sales that we have every month. That's the only way we get our funds. We're not United Way or city or federal dollars at all.
I'm glad you mentioned the garage sales because in addition to the pantry, that's really an important aspect of the Community Assistance Center is to be able to offer people some items that they might not be able to buy retail and to be able to find right here at the garage sale.
Yeah, and now our clients that come in that are low income, they can shop once a month at no cost and get household items, and we do have a furniture warehouse. If we get furniture donated, we just get them on a list, and so we do give beds and dressers, kitchen tables. We get a lot of people sometimes that need furniture, and that's expensive. So we have a lot of baby items, things like that we keep. We have a warehouse across the street, so we store as much of that as we can, try to keep it moving in and out, and but they can come in and get clothing for free, and they don't have to pay for it. But our public garage sales, we have a lot of people that don't come in for assistance, but yet their income is kind of tight. Say they need something for the kids. You can buy a coat for $4, a pair of jeans for $1, a sack of clothes, $6. You can get a lot of clothes in a paper sack full. So we have a lot of people that don't shop here on a regular basis as a client, but they come in for the garage sales, and that really does support us because we have a lot of nice things to purchase, a lot of knickknacks.
And again, a need, that might be an occasional need rather than a regular need, perhaps.
Yep.
I can remember that we were shopping for an individual and were able to pick up some kitchen items. This person was trying to move into an apartment and kind of start a life, if you will. Kitchen items and things that we kind of take for granted sometimes that people really need. And if you added it all up, it could be a significant purchase situation.
Oh yeah, we get sometimes people, we have different organizations through the holidays. I think sometimes people forget during the summer months, but we'll have people call and say, what are you running low on, or what can you use? Sometimes, we need towels, so people will start cleaning out their older towels, and even some people go buy us new towels and for us to give out. Blankets, some of those things that we don't always think about, that we don't get a lot of. So if you're not sure and you want to do something special, during the holidays, a lot of people call. Sometimes they'll make up special gift bags for kids. And so, there's a lot of things the community can do, and it really is good that we can give back. So.
You mentioned the needs of the pantry and some of the other needs with the interior. What about the needs of the property here? What kind of wish list do you have for the physical plant of the Community Assistance Center?
We have a little bit of painting we need done across the street. We do have a couple gentlemen that work here during the week, and so they can try to help us with some things. We have some remodeling we need to do in our bathroom right now because we had some termites, and so we need to tear out some walls. So we're trying to find somebody that can kind of help us with that project. We do have a gentleman that's volunteered his plumbing services lately to us, so that's been really nice. He doesn't charge us anything unless he has to buy parts. So it kind of he can give back too. And so there's we're looking at maybe trying to purchase a building across the street that we can change and have a little better warehouse area to store stuff, because we do have to store all of our seasonal holiday things. And we do store our seasonal clothing because there's no means that enough room to store the summer and the winter in this building. So we pack everything up that's nice and store it, and then when we switch over to summer, we bring that back over and we can switch. So we have a pretty big storage area, but it's not really set up that we can do a lot more.
Be a lot more efficient if you had the space available.
And especially
then.
for the furniture. We do, there's a lot of times we get real full and we can't take furniture for a while because there's just not enough room over there. You can only take so many sofas at a time, and so, yeah.
So if you're a painter, contact Laurie, right?
Yeah, we can
or
do
Teresa.
some painting. Yep. Yeah, and if you have time and you're handy, there's always little repairs and things that need to be done. So we can always find something, I'm sure.
And you know, these clubs, organizations, and groups perhaps looking for a project might just give you a call, because I'll bet you've got a list of things that could be done.
If I don't, I'll start one real soon. If I know I've got some helpers, that's for sure.
You mentioned the volunteering too. You would like to increase the number of volunteers for flexibility's purpose, for those who might be able to commit to an hour or two or half a day or something a week?
We have a pretty good rate on our volunteers. I've been here over 16 years, and my volunteers, some of them have been here 17, 20 years. I mean, a lot of them, when they came, they've stayed a long time. So we don't get a lot of newer volunteers. We've started getting a few here and there, but like I said, we have a form they fill out on specific days they might want to work or what hours. That kind of gives us an idea if we need help on those days, because some days we're really full and you can't get too many or there won't be enough work for some of the others. But yeah, we could use a few new volunteers in different areas. So
just call the center then?
Yep.
All right, and for the hours, talk about the hours again if you would, Laurie.
Okay, we're open every day from 7:30 to 12, and that means clients can come in and shop and get signed up for food during those hours, and you can always drop things off for donations anytime on that. During the summer months, we are open on Saturdays from 1 to 3 for donations, but during the winter, we find that we don't get a lot coming in that time, so we don't have our volunteers here. But they sure can call, and I will set up a time after hours or on weekends if somebody has things they need to bring in to us. I always work with everybody and try to help them out. So
the main thing is, please don't bring something and just leave it at the front door.
We'd appreciate if you didn't, because we won't get it. Usually if I see something sitting out and I have time, I will stop when I'm coming by, but if I don't and I come back by later, it's usually gone. It gets picked up, so it doesn't actually come to us. So
one of the directors, Laurie Mortinger, the co-director is Teresa Hill, and I got to ask Laurie, since she's front and center here, why do you do it?
Why do I do it?
Why do you do it?
Well, I like working here a lot. I like the flexibility. We have a great board of directors, and we can, I've lived here my whole life. So I always, I try to spread things around and help. We give boxes to after school programs. We teachers, the kids are coming in for the plays, getting clothes. I just like that we can really help a lot of organizations in the community, and because they give back to us. That's where it's all about. So, so it just feels good. You feel like Santa Claus sometimes. It's not your stuff, but you get to help give it to people that need it. So it really does make you feel good when you have something somebody needs. We had a guy come in this morning. He needed a 2XL coat, and I said, well, let me look. So I had to look in 3 or 4 spots, but I found him one. And so that was, that's those little things like that make you feel good that you can.
Makes your day, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can help them if you have it. Yeah.
Laurie Mortinger, co-director of the Community Assistance Center at 12th and Oak. Once again, if you'd like to volunteer, if you have skills, if you have time, if you have resources, if your club or organization group looking for a potential way to help, call the Community Assistance Center. Our thanks to you for joining us. That's our Community Connections from Eagle Community Television.